Incident 1, Timber Mountain Long Ride Number 2. In 2016, a 6-year-old boy became injured when he fractured his eye socket while riding. His face smacked into the back of the seat in front of his position. Incident 2. On September 16, 2009, a launch cable snapped on Xcelerator, lacerating a 12-year-old boy's leg and injuring his father's back. Next, we go on to La Lande. Incident 3. On July 6, 2012, a 67-year-old park employee was killed at Le Vampire. The employee was reportedly found underneath the attraction in a restricted area, appearing to have suffered head trauma. Incident 4. On July 8, 1979, the Mississippi was involved in a fatal incident when it capsized, dumping 50 to 60 sightseers into the lake. 3 of the passengers drowned during the scene, and 10 were taken to a hospital for further evaluation. Please forgive me in advance if I say this wrong. Incident 5. On August 25, 2019, a passenger safety harness malfunctioned when one of the trains began its initial ascent, causing an emergency stop. Safety sensors on the Super Manège stopped the initial climb of the train. All passengers were evacuated from the area to continue their visit to the park. Next is Michigan's Adventure. Incident 6. Chaos. On July 30th, 2001, the upper rotating portion of the ride separated from the stationary base, leading to a sudden collapse of the passenger ride wheel. The rotation was immediately halted, and several of the passenger cars were severely damaged. 31 of 33 riders were sent to local hospitals with mostly minor injuries. The other 2 were removed from the vehicle 9 hours after the collapse. Incident 7. Shivering Timbers. On June 19, 2021, a train with guests was stopped by the ride's computer on the final emergency brakes set on the brake run after slipping past the first set due to persistent rain. The collision was not at high speed, and none of the guests faced severe injuries. Incident 8. On May 29, 2017, Thunderhawk's emergency safety mechanism shut down the ride for 90 minutes after a lift motor malfunctioned. Incident 9. On July 11, 2014, a cloud of chlorine gas spread in the wave pool at Wildwater Adventure, exposing more than 50 guests in the area. 28 of them were taken to a local hospital for treatment, while the remaining 27 were treated on scene and released. Incident 10. On June 30, 2000, a 38-year-old woman turning to photograph her relatives in the cars behind her fell out of Zach's Zoomer and was critically injured. As she fell off, she was struck by a wooden support beam. Paramedics found the woman unconscious, and she was transported to Hackley Hospital in critical condition. She suffered rib fractures and other internal injuries. Please forgive me in advance if I say the names wrong. Next, we go to Schlitterbahn. Incident 11. On March 6, 2013, a 20-year-old seasonal employee at Schlitterbahn South Padre was fatally injured when an overhead gate slammed down and pinned him. He was left on life support for organ donation and later died from the injuries on March 11, 2013. Next, we go to Six Flags America. I've been here way too many times to count. Anyway, Incident 12, Batwing. On September 22, 2001, 16-year-old Samantha Allen was in distress shortly after riding the roller coaster and died after being taken to Prince George's Hospital Center. An autopsy revealed that her death was caused by a pre-existing heart condition. These next few incidents involve gas altercations. For this one, I'm doing incident 19 all the way to 23 together. So yeah, Incident 19. On July 8, 1997, 4 young men were stabbed at the park known as Adventure World at the time. They had come to the aid of a female friend of theirs who had been harassed by a guest named Rashid Kareem Friday. When her 4 companions came to her defense, an altercation ensued and Friday stabbed all 4. The 4 victims were taken to the hospital where one underwent abdominal surgery for his wound. Incident 20. On September 26, 2014, a 15-year-old boy from Prince George's County, Maryland, was severely injured in the parking lot during its annual Fight Fest event after a fight broke out. He was punched twice by someone, fell to the ground in the parking lot, and smashed his head on the concrete. The boy was put into a medically induced coma and taken to a hospital. There he underwent head surgery in which a portion of his skull was removed so that his swollen brain could expand and heal. 2 more people were injured in the incident and were also hospitalized. Incident 21. On July 13, 2016, a bomb threat was called in right before the park opened. The Prince George's County Fire Department bomb squad and security personnel were deployed around the park and found 2 unattended backpacks that were determined not to be explosive. Incident 22. On September 10, 2016 at 1:30 p.m., An unspecified phone threat caused an evacuation of the park. Though a security sweep did not detect any suspicious activity. Incident 23. On September 25, 2021, multiple fights broke out and videos were circulated online on social media, which temporarily resulted in the park closing an hour earlier than expected, and officials had to change their normal operational hours for the remainder of the season. Incident 24. Renegade Rapids. On June 28, 2008, people were trapped when their raft overturned during the ride. All riders escaped, but 2 were injured.